Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Error, and right now, we're in Thunder Bay, Canada, and I'm here thinking to myself, is like, this is gonna be my most controversial episode ever. Not just in terms of what I put on my Instagram stories, not just what I talk about every day in my inclusive convo, but I think this is gonna be a very interesting one, and I thought, hey, how about like a change of scenery? So welcome to my Vibe Talk. And Vi, vital interest of ally. Vi just means away. Vital interest of allies means that I want to be able to talk about different opinions, different points of views, not just one. And my goal at the end of this is to come out or even discuss a strategy that I believe benefits us all as a society. The first thing I would just like to say is, oh, America, America, America. I saw people talking on social media, Olympias has fallen, but I think you should call it by its actual name. America is falling. COVID cases are going astronomically high. Politics cannot even really gather to a potential control of its civilian. I mean, everything is just off its rockers. Citizens are going into further chaos, not even believing the system actually works anymore, despite its actual proof of actual effectiveness. I mean, shout out to Dr. Dre right now that is battling a health condition, going through a divorce. Shout out to Kanye West and Kim Kardashian going through their own issue. But it's really sad in today's society because, Dr. Dre's house was just robbed. And I was just thinking, on this same day, what a coincidence, on this same time, you're seeing a big move in history. I know a lot of people talked about the BLM movement was a big one in history. I've seen that a lot of times. I don't really see what was historical about that. In fact, the historical aspect of BLM was that, wow, in 2020, I mean, the ones before were even more effective. It came out with body cams. It came out with a lot of other strategic moving in the system. But this one, the only thing it brought was black only. Kind of redundant a little bit, to be honest, because I'm thinking, I saw in the Shade Room, there was this advocate that was talking about healthcare for black people. And I'm just wondering, America does not have healthcare for anybody. The people that it gives healthcare to are people that are very high up there when it comes to wealth. And I know you like to go back to the whole, the wealth gap between black people and white people are very different. Absolutely. But you do have something in common. Poverty does relate to both cultures. And today we're seeing that protest actually relates to both cultures as well. And, like I said, there's a lot of things that's always changed my mind about, because I've always, if you go to my Facebook page, going back to even 2011 or etc., I've always been a big supporter of Black Lives Matter. It's just that in 2020, all the conspiracy theorists that I've been hearing about the movement actually came into fruition, and I realized, yeah, we say we fight for injustice and inequality and we want fairness and etc., but I think we only speak for only our problems and our voice, and we don't speak for any other person. And we don't even take in the gap of inequality in the country as a whole. I'm in Canada, I came from Nigeria, and I always try to tell people, like, sometimes, I don't know, man, it's hard to really make friends in this country, because it just feels like everybody feels like, they go through some kind of oppression, whether they're, a different race or etc. And I'm just like, you're in America. Are you claiming that it's hard for you to make it financially? And I'm just like, I came from Nigeria. I left my fried rice. I left jollof rice. I left my family. I left everything to come to this country for a shot, just a chance. And you telling me that you have it worse? Then what does Chine do back in Nigeria? You think he doesn't want to play basketball too? You don't think he wants to play music? You don't think he wants to also do other things in his life? You think he just wants to be out there cramming the definition of photosynthesis and what is 2x plus 3x and this thing? You think he wants to be cramming that for a low wage? You think everybody's goal is just to go to school and become a professor? You don't think people want to drive a Lamborghini? You don't think people want to actually fly a plane? They are literally ethnic culture, not just in Africa. in other parts of the world that have never even seen a plane or even been in one. And today I find it funny because I thought BLM was a voice of literally total inequality and injustice, but I realized, it's black only. Ironic, it came out to fruition in my own eyes. I was like, did we just turn back in history and go back in time to bring back white only? I mean, what was the point of white only? Was it not to segregate white people from black people? And now what, you give them a layup? Literally, white people always say, man, clap for yourself, you've done it. You've literally turned our culture into you. You don't even have to whip a black person. You just have to get a black person to call them a coon and destroy them in a rap battle, and disintegrating them. The same thing the slave master says was what this man was saying to another man in a rap battle. I know I sound frustrated. I'm very sorry, man. I've been called a coon a lot of times, man, but I don't really care. I don't really care a rat ass about that, because I even know that it's very hypocritical when a black person always says you cannot call them the N-word. I always found that very hypocritical, because I thought like we should throw and toss that word out of our history, not pick and choose who should say it. I think that word has divided and destroyed not just ourselves as human culture, but even black culture as a whole. When I see a black man call another black man a nigger, it's never in any positive. They always say it's a brotherhood. And mostly it's always in gangs and cults, and always after somebody pulls a trigger. Oh, die, you bitch ass nigga. Oh, you bitch ass nigga. It's always something angry. It's never something productive like, my nigga, here's $50,000 for you. I don't know, man. And that's why I decided to really speak my point of view. And in today's society, I'm already black, right? You can already see my skin. I'm already black. So I already know that when people hear me talking, the first thing they're going to think is that, oh man, he's about to talk for black lives. Nah, I'm here to talk about injustice, inequality, and the mistreatment of minority as a whole. And America, forget Olympias is falling. America is falling every day. And the reason why I have to speak on this is because I have come from Nigeria. I'm in Canada now. I'm not stopping here because I realize Canada is a nice and peaceful country, but it does not favor people like me. People like me, we don't do the hands holding. We want to fly high. We want to go to the sky. And America is the only place that favors people that are dreamers, people that are riches. I don't care if you don't tell me that the sun is too hot. Allow me, this is my life. Let me reach for that sun. This podcast, I'm going to try my best to keep it short because I do have an important message. But this podcast is not just for politicians. It's not for community leaders. It's also for parents. Because I don't think people realize to the extent at which they like to dominate someone's decision in life. I come from a situation like that where it's not just everybody wants to dominate your life, your decision. Everybody feels like, I can see your destiny. You're destined for bad things. I will flog you and bring you towards the right direction. It's like, let me prove myself first. Nobody's born a criminal. Nobody's born a racist. Nobody's born an evil person. You are the one literally putting it in their life. And in today's world, you're literally again, white people don't even have to do nothing. Have you read social media? Have you gone around the black cultures? White people don't even have to oppress you. You will literally take that chain and put it in your hands. You will literally sit down on the chair and cry like you're a slave from years ago. Oh boy, one day LeBron James is shouting strive for greatness. Obama is like, yes we can. And then the day that word is actually meant to empower us, what do you say? We should go out there and fight for our right to be a human being. Well, guess what, man? All Lives Matter is not about what Trump supporters call it, or what the Proud Boys say, or what white people say. All Lives Matter is the reason that makes this world go round. It means, help a person out without looking at their skin color. We all matter in this place. It doesn't matter if I go to China. I'm hoping, it's All Lives Matter that's been on my back for days. The people that do NGOs in Africa, it's All Lives Matter they care about. The people that go around this world to provide equality and everything is All Lives Matter. Like I said, man, don't even get me twisted, man. I'm not frustrated. It's just, finally, it's right in our eyes, right in our face. It's not even in hidden tabs. More white people have literally been changing since history. Colonization was not meant to oppress anybody. It was called evolution. At some point, society would evolve. It doesn't matter. It just happened to be the white people had colonization first. And who knows what was going on within that culture that made them have to really start thinking about colonization. They went around the world to talk about ways to reinvent the wheel, change cultures, change practices. I, for one, being in Africa, I thank God for colonization. I'm a twin. It took a missionary to come to my own culture years before I was born to tell people that, hey, when two people are born at the same time, it's not a bad omen. It does not mean that the crops will not grow. It does not mean that the rain will keep on falling and bad luck will come. It just means twins are there. And if rain falls, if the crop are dying, it just means that is life. It's not about killing twins. So I appreciate colonization a lot. And I always tell men, bad people will always be bad people. That's the one thing about human beings. We are diverse. Some of us are good, some of us are bad, some of us are quiet, some of us are shy, some of us are bold, some of us are different. It's not about your race or even privilege. I've seen privileged people that are weak, I've seen privileged people that are strong, I've seen privileged people that are rude, I've seen privileged people that are not rude. In today's world, we have to stand for the right thing. And I'm going to try my best to keep this podcast very short because, like I said, I do have a message to the people right now that are chanting out there and bashing the White House. First of all, hey man, I say the first thing I say, man, I don't even know why you're going there. But I get it. Throughout the whole summer, I was literally on my social media 24/7. I had a 9-to-5 job. I am literally an immigrant in this country. I face more oppression than whoever would tell me. I literally left everything. I invested money. My family invested things to come here. And we don't even have the return back to investment. We're not even talking about name calling. Man, get the hell out of here. It wasn't just white people calling us useless people. It was even the people that had the same skin color. I just didn't know that black people considered themselves different from Africans. I had Cardi B the other day going to Lagos like, wow, Lagos has buildings. No, we all were swinging from trees. We've missed the first layup in the fight for injustice. It was election time. America could have come together. Whether you want to use All Lives Matter, whether you want to use Black Lives Matter, whatever, just don't cause conflict, get to the point, get to the solution. Why are you still teaching people today about racism? Wow, really? Nobody knew about this? I don't know who brings up all these narratives about they don't know, they're ignorant. Who does not know? They're literally museums, there are books written, there are articles, go on Google, just type it. There are movies that have been broadcasting for days in Hollywood, and you still want to teach people about the injustice of racism? Hollywood made those movies, and you're not telling Hollywood that they need diversity training. Okay, at some point you have to realize that people don't want to keep on dwelling on history. They want to focus on the people within their lives right now that are suffering. And in today's world, it's really hard to talk about minority based on color. I've seen it all, man. I started this whole advocacy since when I was a kid. I've always been fighting for not just Africans. When I came to Canada, I was doing the whole same chanting you're doing right now. Black people, black people, black people, until I went around and realized, man, I'm tired. Everybody has to argue with them. I meet a white person, they tell me about their disability, they tell me that they're LGBTQ, they tell me that they're transgender, they go through the same thing. I go to this one says I've lost my own land. So this one says, I say, oh boy, you know what? We just all need to goddamn come together. And for those people that are out there destroying the White House, whether you think, I don't really think you are doing this for Trump. I think you're just looking for a reason. First of all, Blue Lives Matters, and now you're fighting with police. And then now it's all of a sudden it's Trump. I bet if Trump told you to stop, you stone him to death like as if you're stoning a witch. But I'm not here to criticize anymore because I'm tired, man. When you attack the White House, when you attack America, you have to understand that you're attacking other people too. America is literally the central bank and bloodline for this whole world. And right now, America is literally the one suffering more on COVID. It's not because the Chinese virus that you claim is coming to America. It's because America is, at the end of the day, the destination of everyone around the world. That's why they're still getting beaten down by COVID. Because other countries are fighting COVID too. America is like, but we open the doors to everybody. So whatever problem happens, where Ebola happens in Africa, where this happens there, oh boy, we go off face amnesty in America. So please, if there's ever a time, whether you're a parent, whether you're a political leader, stop holding your ego in your hand. What we should be holding in our hands is a space for more opinions, the space for more understanding, more thinking. Stop going with instinct. Your first instinct, maybe instinct is the one that makes Curry shoot 300 shots and make it there. But he walked on his instinct. He made good thoughts his instinct. And right now you have not trained half as the way Curry has trained. If not, shoot. If not, shoot. Make 10 shots in a row. Your instinct is flawed. Go and walk on your instinct. What does destroying the White House do? I think that should have been the job of the Black Lives Matter, the first thing. How are you fighting racism and inequality and you're just voting for who enters the White House? It is called a White House. It says it is a color that's in charge. I don't know why people are still surprised America is literally made up of white people. They're the ones that took over the land. That's why they're in the businesses. That's why they're everywhere. Why are you surprised about that? Find a way to make it work. Stop causing conflict. Everybody already knows the current situation. Why do you have to shove it in people's faces? I don't think you're really doing this for minorities. I don't even think you're doing all this. I think you're doing it for your own chop. And don't get me wrong. You can eat too. Just other people have to eat. These people right now that are conflicting in the White House too. You think they don't want to eat? What kind of privileged person is going there, climbing a fence and risking their life with police just to go stop election? Maybe we all have something in common. Maybe it's this social media and politics and this picking and choosing that's dividing us. I think the day you have to literally pick a color to help somebody, I think that's the first day you failed as a human being. And the boy, we've been failing this since. I don't know why people are protesting all lives matter. When has all lives ever mattered? Maybe this is when it needs to matter. So hey, I'm not here to throw stones, man. Like I said, I'm a sinner. When COVID is done, I'm going to be at the club turning up. A bar has been long. COVID has taken over our Christmas, has taken over our Thanksgiving, has taken over everything. Can we come together as human beings to really tackle this? That way it doesn't take our whole 2021, man. You think 2020 was bad? I saw a video the other day, they were shouting F all people that say all lives matter, F COVID, I said, oh boy, just wait. Because you have to stay repeat that word after 2021 is done. So my name is Jonathan Ero, I'm in Canada, I'm in Thunder Bay, man. Stop the conflict. If we've come this far with all this conflict, imagine supernova. Imagine how far we can go if we just work together. It is the hardest thing to do. Some people think protest is hard. No. Coming together, joining hands together, that's the hard thing. You know the difference between a protest and a movement? A protest causes conflict. It causes, it burns down buildings. It attacks one problem and one oppressor. When you see a pattern of struggle within yourself, within your race, within your culture, at some point you have to think outside the box. Like, am I a chicken or a goat that is literally the shepherd's meal? Sometimes you have to think outside the box to come out of it, and one way to really come out of the box, oh boy, is to first start a movement. Say, hey, you know what? White person, Hispanic person, Asian person, you want to live, right? I want to live too. You want job, I want job too. You want money, I want money too. Yes, I put in my work into America, but you also did. We all did. America was not just made up of just one person putting in work. This is called America. All join. Let's make a Merry Christmas. I'm just joking, I just came up with that now. I don't know. But please, man, let's find a way to come together. I know it's easier said than done. That's why we say, why do you say you're fighting for equality and justice and then pave the road with a lot of shouting, conflict and everything? Right now, this on social media, you go to Shade Room right now, you see a lady that is shouting, black people stand back and watch. What? And then she quotes Malcolm X under it. Like, what? First of all, you don't talk, you don't control us. That's the first thing I gotta tell you. You don't control us. They say black person jump, black person sit down, black person vote, black person do this. No. We are the one that literally changed society. We, black people, we're the ones that changed the way humanity looked at other human beings. We're the one that brought peace into this world. But right now, it's not us speaking. It's not us speaking. It's mostly social media. It's mostly bitter people. It's mostly salty and haters. Stop it. Look at the time. It's TikTok. You got kids being born every day into a world where now you have to wear a mask. We live in a world where you have to always insult the person by their race. It doesn't even matter. Look, this is the one that kills me. The only white people that they have been accepting into our culture is either the soft white person or the white person that literally thinks they're a gangster, or the white person that wants to entirely soil oats with all our best attributes in black culture. Yeah, the only people you like to mess with are only the ballers, musicians, and the ones that you can get benefit from. Stop distracting our brothers. They're meant to be helping the families. They're meant to be helping the community, not helping you buy rings and Louis Vuitton and giving you butt implants. I'm sorry, I went too far on that one. I probably went too far on that one. I'm sorry, man. Forgive me, I'm a sinner too. I'm a sinner. I'm not saying I'm holy. I'm just trying to tell you that TikTok, time is going. This is literally a freestyle podcast. I didn't even plan any of this. I'm just going with the flow, man. And because we're on the traditional land of the indigenous people, I would like to end my episode by saying, miigwech and thank you. Peace, love, wins all. Shout out.